Good morning.
How is everybody? It's our last week.
And it's the last week. The next week we have another 2 days as a bonus because of the month, of course, not because of us. Guys, I want to tell you something. Yesterday, do you remember offer about this parking angel? Yesterday we've been to Limassol. And on Sunday in Limassol, it's for the people who are not in Cyprus, Limassol is a very big city. And especially in Sunday is full with cars. And I decided to go in one small parking, which I parked last time. I had the luck, but this time I didn't. So I was going with the car, and I remember offer with his parking angel. And I said, let's call this guy to see if it's working. And I called the parking angel, but I didn't say to Clementine. You know, it was myself. I said, parking angel, please help me to park the car. And before to go out of the parking, I decided to go one more time. And one girl, she made me like, hello. She said something to me. I opened the window and she started continuing Greek, and my Greek is influent, but anyway. And I said, yes, sorry, I don't understand. She said, I'm just leaving right now. And I was, shit, man, this is working. And me, I was very enthusiastic. I sent message to Offer. I said, Offer, this parking issue is working, blah, 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 blah. Like a small child. So I want to say, guys, these people here, coaches, they don't speak shit. They speak the truth. Do it, and you get the result, okay? And if you think you pay less, send us more money, all right? 20 euro. Guys, what I want to say, if you put faith in everything, it's working. What you put in universe, I just said to Barbara, and Barbara said, of course. She said, what you put in universe, this is what you get, okay? So that's it for me. This is my beautiful wife, Clementine Tsvetanov from France. She will continue.
Yeah, so this week will be all about
Me.
manifestation and experiencing ourselves as powerful creators. And today we're having Barbara, and Barbara will talk to us about change your beliefs, your life, your community. So let's bring Barbara. Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. How are you guys?
We're great.
I'm still impressed.
You what?
I'm still impressed from this parking angel.
The parking angels are amazing. So, why do the parking angels work? Why do the parking angels work? Because you believe it. Yesterday I was at the beach and I was sitting with a friend, and we were talking about marketing. And I was telling her about some ideas. She's an acupuncturist, and she was saying that she started a networking group, and all of a sudden she was getting new clients, and it was working really well for her. And I gave her another idea about flyers and brochures, and she's like, "No, I don't want to do it." And I said to her, whatever you do, if you believe in it, that's what will work for you. So if you believe in parking angels and you think about the angel helping you find a parking spot, guess what? You will have a spot. So it's a good lead in to what I'm going to talk about, because our life is really like this. Yesterday was the start of the summer, and June 21st is usually a very powerful a day for us, because there's a lot of energy that's infused in the planet. And I got a long text from somebody in Germany was telling me about all those energies and groups that were helping us deal with the virus. And I was telling myself, I don't really know. I can't verify this or not, but it doesn't really matter. It's a positive thought and it's a positive vision to have, and I'm going to go with it. And so, a lot of what we want to manifest in our life, it really all starts with, what is it that I believe in? What is it that I can imagine myself? How big can I dream? And for the last 2 weeks, we've been talking about this a lot. So week one, we started about being worthy. And we took a look at all the areas in our lives where we don't feel worthy. And then we moved into, goal setting. And then last week we talked about staying in action. And this week we're going to talk about the general idea of manifestation and when working up to it. And so when we look at manifestation, there are lots of different ways to go about it. But the end, the basic principles are always the same. We need to take a look at what we believe in, and we need to identify our current beliefs, and then we kind of blow them up and we expand them. And every time that you have a limiting belief about yourself, it's an opportunity to say, oh, look at that. I am limiting myself, and I have an opportunity to expand my belief. And there are really two kinds of beliefs. There are the beliefs that we're consciously aware of, and there are beliefs that we're not aware of. And the conscious beliefs, we can make them more present. And so as you watch your language and you watch the way that you address people or the words that you're using, you can immediately see if you're in a victim consciousness or if you're in a consciousness of expansion. And so start to watch yourself very closely. Every time that you start a sentence with, I must, I have, I can't, yeah, and there are sort of these ultimatums in your statement, you can really immediately tell that, oh, I'm coming from a place of, limitation. I'm coming from a place of being constricted or, closed. As if I'm closely observing myself and I'm present with myself, I can immediately shift it. So, you know, this morning community is really an opportunity to constantly be in this process of personal growth and development, because personal growth, it's a lifestyle. Once I decided that I want to work on myself, that I want to really manifest a lot of different things in my life, it's like opening a door, and I step through that door, and I will continue to be in this process because I want to continue to grow. And the issues that I addressed 30 years ago, or the goals that I had 30 years ago, are no longer the goals that I have today. And sometimes things come in cycles. It's a little bit like peeling the layer of an onion. I peel one layer, and I think that I'm done with it, and then I see that there's another layer of a similar issue that I'm dealing with, and so I'm dealing with it over and over and over again until I feel like I'm either moving on to the next goal, or I am I'm creating something different for myself. I know that I'm pretty sure that Offer has talked to you about the comfort zone. And I want to talk about the comfort zone for a moment, because the comfort zone is this notion that, if we're going to stay the way we are in our life, comfortable and sitting on the couch and, watching TV or eating popcorn, that we're not really growing. And to embrace this notion of growing, we have to step outside the comfort zone. And because as we're stepping outside the comfort zone, we are moving ourselves forward, we're progressing, we're expanding, and we are having a life that is enriched. So the comfort zone, this notion of growing, is something that really, uh, it's really a lifestyle, and if I have this as a lifestyle, I want to surround myself with the people that also have this as a lifestyle. So, as I am changing my beliefs, I decide that this is going to be my lifestyle. I am changing my life, and now, I'm impacting my community. So, as I am taking myself through this process of working with myself, and it's impacting my life, and now it's impacting my community, I want to have people along with me that are in the same process. So one of the great things that Casimir and Clementine have done is that they have created, you guys really have created this amazing opportunity for all of us. And before I want to, there's a couple points that I want to talk about that I think that are important in this process. First of all, I want to really thank the two of you for creating this for ourselves. And I also want to talk a little bit about, and I want you guys to think about, why did you join this community? What was it that was of interest to you? Or what were you looking for? Or, um, you know, maybe another way of asking the question is just like, what were you hoping to gain, or maybe what were you running away from? So I'm going to talk a little bit about why I joined the community, and I'm going to take a little detour. So, and when was it then? When did we have the seminar? In February? In February of this year, we had Insight One, and
Yes.
I wasn't going to come, really, honestly. My girlfriend was going to come and assist in the seminar because she had been to Cyprus the previous year. And I kind of thought, I've been involved with Insight for many, many years, and I used to be the city director in Pittsburgh, and very involved with lots of things. And I kind of felt like, I don't know, you've done this. Do you really want to go back to Insight? And then I decided, no, this is a great opportunity. So I came to Cyprus and I took the seminar. And once again, I took the seminar 25 years ago, or almost 30 years ago. It changed my life. And then got me involved with the morning community, and got me inspired, and it reminded me of all the things that I loved. And honestly, all my friends in the United States have taken the seminar, and it brought all of you to me. So it created community for me, and it created for me a community of like-minded people that are interested in what I'm interested in, which is working on myself, changing myself, and then changing my community. So I want you guys to all think about, why did you join the morning community, and maybe put it in the group, in the chat, and think about it. And what have you gotten out of the morning community, and how has it been for you to make new friends and to get connected to basically people from all over the world. And I'm going to ask Casimir and Clementine why they joined and why you guys created the morning community. And I'm going to give you a moment to, I know I'm putting you on the spot, but this is what it's all about, to be in the moment. So why guys, why did you start the morning community?
Ladies first, as always. I'm a gentleman.
Yes. Okay. The first morning community we started in the quarantine time. So the reason why I decided to join my husband to support him in this. As soon as he told me, actually, I thought that was a great idea. And I was feeling myself not being able to wake up in the morning, feeling a little bit depressed. And I thought that was a great idea to create a group of people and being working together on this, being connected even in this time where we was like isolated, and also like to share what we learning inside, to share the light. That's what we learning inside, the wisdom, the tools, the practical tools that we learn, and also to create a kind of like different reality. Even we are in this reality that seems to be scarcity, around us because of all what's happening. I know about the power of the focus. So when we was there, we were not influenced by everything else that was happening, and I felt that we created a different reality. We came out from this from a different perspective and different reality now.
Beautiful. Exactly. So, we are learning in this community that everything is really, we start to manifest from the inside out. And because I'm creating my own reality, you're creating your own reality. And so then you guys created something so that we can support each other in creating a positive reality, like a reminder, like action steps, tools. And, you've heard from all the coaches that there's, different ways of doing it. But generally speaking, we kind of all have the same idea of how we manifest and how we support each other and how we move ourselves forward in making things happen. So, Casimir.
Let me tell you something. Now I'm thinking. I will start from before. In December, we've been in Bali. And
Right.
I asked, when we met the people in the orphans, I asked them, why you don't create, fundraising in Facebook? I didn't know you can create fundraising in Facebook only with a foundation which Facebook is giving to you. But I had this idea in December, and after come the lockdown, which was like April, honestly, I feel I sabotage myself subconsciously many days. I was walking with a pajama at home. I I feel not productive. And then I said to myself, I can't continue like this. I just can't. I don't want to allow myself to continue like this. And we create this program, and even I was very afraid. I said, I don't know if it's going to work. I said, man, just go for it. And we did it. We asked all of you, and you were unbelievable, so much supportive. And we create something very beautiful. And we had people from 20 countries. We had people from Hawaii and from Fiji Island. Um, and so then the idea came like natural. And now I remember that I said to people in Bali why they don't create fundraising. And during this first month, actually, we created fundraising for the children to support them. And what I said in December actually became a reality in May. It
Mm-hmm.
was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and creating a community, it's my God, it's such a gift from God because I know me when I start with my personal development, most probably with all the other people, all your friends and family, they are not dealing with you. So when you grow, they are not with you, and you get this kind of challenges around you, and you say, "Man, why I'm doing this?" And but with the community, it's completely different because you have friends. They're like huge friends, like for you, and they really support you in this. That's why we create the money community to support each other, and yeah, yeah. I can talk more, but yeah, that's it.
No, I appreciate that. So that's beautiful. And from personally, I find when I have people in my community that speak the same language, when people working about their accountability, or they're learning how to receive feedback, or they're working on themselves, and they want to be a better person. It's just it enriches me, and it helps me to do the same. So when I took the Insight seminar many years ago, I wanted everybody in my community to speak the same language and come from the same place. So I enrolled my mom. She came from Germany to the United States to take the seminar, and all my friends, and it really created the basis for how I'm operating today. And I really want to encourage everybody to really consider taking the seminar, and I'm going to talk a little bit about it more towards the end. But really, I want to plant a seed, and that the seed is that my upfront contract, so to speak, with you is that at the end of the today, that you really consider: do I want to take the seminar? Do I want to keep this going? Do I want to learn more tools and have more structure to be connected with a global community that's interested in growing? And if so, you can contact Krasimir, and he will tell you all the things to do. It's and how it works, or don't I want to? And it's if you want to, it's great, and if you don't want to, it's also okay. So there's no right or wrong answer here. So um, let me talk a little bit more about manifestation. I wrote an article, and it outlines the 9 steps of manifestation, and I'm happy to send it to everybody. Because it's a lot of what we've already talked about. And in the article of manifestation, I talk about things like changing your belief, and I talk about visualizations, and I give you a little bit of the neuroscience of why that actually works. And we've been kind of manifesting for thousands of years, and it's a slippery thing because the negativity is very, very, very enticing, and the complaining and the whining and being a victim and not being accountable, it's very, very enticing because in some ways it's an easier way. If I don't lose weight, it's easy for me to blame somebody else, and sometimes it's harder for me to stand up and say, okay, I'm going to get up and I'm going to take my walk, or I'm going to watch what I eat, or I'm going to watch my thinking. So one of the things that I find incredibly important in all of this is to exercise my muscle of discipline. And discipline used to be kind of a nasty word for me. When people used to tell me that discipline is the answer to freedom, or discipline is something that is really good for you. It really, for me, I didn't really like it. But over the years, I've seen that actually people are right. And so if I look at the people that accomplish things, those are usually the people that are disciplined. And discipline doesn't mean rigidity. Okay, so I kind of had discipline and rigidity roped together, but no, it's discipline is just basically saying what you're going to do and then actually doing it, and keeping your word, and being accountable. So I encourage you, as one of the major muscles to work on, is to look at discipline and see how you can be more disciplined. Because when you actually say, do what you say, you can also schedule free time in your calendar, and have free time, because you're not running behind, and you're not all over the place, and you're not confused about what you're doing. And so I firmly believe that discipline is actually your key to freedom and having the life that you want. Because when you're disciplined, you can say, yes, I want this, or I don't want this, and 100% that you're going to execute. So in all of what we've been telling you, one of the ways that will make it easier for you is to be disciplined. Now, and the other thing I um, want to talk about is when we get stuck. Okay, so because we're moving along, talk, 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 and I'm doing fine. I'm getting up every morning at 6 o'clock, or I'm working with my affirmation, and I have my visualizations. I'm moving forward, and then all of a sudden, I encounter a big boulder, or something comes my way that was unexpected. And now, what do I do? So I want you to really think about and put in place what are all the different ways that you can deal with with the obstacles. Some days I might get up in the morning, and I don't feel like I'm happy. So what's my remedy? What can I do in order to change my mood? Or someday, maybe somebody calls me and says, "Oh, Barbara, you're a shitty coach. You do shitty work. What am I going to do?" Or someday, my mother calls me and gives me bad news. So we need to always be aware of that. This journey that we're on, it's not an event. It's a journey. It's a process. And the process will have, like you're on a boat. The process will sometimes have big waves, and you're soaring along, and you're thriving, and you're having a good time. And sometimes there's going to be a lot of bumps. So I want to really, first of all, really want to tell myself that no matter how big the bumps are, I can deal with the bumps. And I want to have different tools and techniques in my toolbar that I can pull out, and I say, oh, look at this. Today there's a bump in my road. Am I going to deal with it? So some of those we've already been talking about, such as, breathing and gratitude. I've been listening a lot to Bob Proctor. And Bob, if you don't know about him, definitely somebody you want to check out. I consider him to be sort of the father of personal growth. He's been talking about manifestation for almost 60 years. And he starts every morning with, he writes 10 things that he's grateful for. So gratitude is something that can immediately shift your energy. Forgiveness is something that you can immediately do. Breathing is something that you can do. You can call a friend. It's something that you can do. One of the things I teach my clients is that you can put your hand on your forehead, because this is where we have these emotional points. And you can close your eyes, and you can just breathe into the situation and just let it dissolve. You can visualize. You can learn how to muscle test yourself, so that you can get some more information. So there's all these tools that are available. And at the end of today, actually, this is my other homework for you. I want you to create your own toolbox. Write down 10 things that you can do, that if you get stuck, or you see the bulgers coming, that will help you, fly over it, or, walk around it, or jump off of it. And so that it will help you easily get back on the wagon. In America, we have this saying like we fell off the wagon. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm going to fall off the wagon. I'm going to fall off the horse. I'm going to fall a lot. But really, what I want to get good at is getting right back on the horse, and so that my time in between falling off and getting back on is just but a nanosecond. Okay, so if anybody wants the article, just let me know, or maybe I'll just send it to Casimir and he can post it. That'll make it easier for you. I want to spend my last few minutes to go back to this notion of community. And, I joined the morning community because I was feeling a little lonely in Israel. And like I told you, I just got back into Insight. I was a little, skeptical. And I was telling Casimir, I don't know if you remember this, I was telling you, well, who else is going to be in the morning community? I had this need to know. But I decided that I was going to take a risk, and I didn't need to know because I was interested in supporting Casimir and Clementine. I was happy to be back in the Inside community, and I was curious to see where this was going to take us. And here we are. It's 2 months later, and we've created this huge community. So one of the reasons we created the community is because we wanted to support everybody in their notion of getting through Corona. But now we're kind of like moved past this, and we have a bigger goal. And we want to really invite you to play with us. And specifically, we want to invite you to play with Insight. Some of you in the morning community, you've already decided to take the seminar because this is your second time around. Some of you are sitting on the fence. Those of you who are sitting on the fence, I'm going to invite you to really think about what is it that why you're sitting on the fence. Is it time consideration? Is it money consideration? Is it a worthiness consideration? For me, when I look back enrolling the seminar, I knew I wanted to take it, but I just couldn't allow myself to have it. I needed to go through a process of, agony and pain until I could say, yes, Barbara, you deserve to be in the seminar. You want to be in the seminar, so just like go register yourself. So if you have considerations and questions, I invite you to ask yourself, what are those considerations? And what do I need to do in order to get myself above my considerations, and so that I can really allow myself to have what I want? And a few of us coaches, we have taken the seminar, Offer, Straviana, and myself. And I want you to allow yourself to write us, and all the questions and considerations that you have, bring them to us. Let us help you figure out if this is something that you want to do or not. And for those of you that you want to enroll the seminar, just go ahead and do it. I know that there's special offers for the community. The seminar is usually 250 euros, and we're offering it to the morning community at 150. And I think if you bring a friend, it goes even down further. It's like 260 if you bring a friend. And going forward, what we're going to do, we want to be with the people that are interested in joining us and creating an inside community, because that's our goal and that's how we can support you best. Let me say if I want to say anything else. I think I already talked a little bit about why it is that I recommend it so highly. But let me just say a few more words about this. For me, Insight changed my life. It helped me move myself from living a life of really being disempowered, and being sort of like a victim of my circumstances. I had a very difficult childhood, but who I knew myself to be is I'm this abused child. And who I knew myself to be before Insight was somebody who um, is not very worthy, doesn't deserve a lot, certainly doesn't deserve to have a great life or make a lot of money or um, be happy. Or I just didn't think it was possible. And in the seminar, in a very loving way, I was exposed to all these ideas of loving myself and being able to learn about myself and have self-esteem. And there were other people that were learning along side by side with me. And so I could see, I was, looking to my left and right, and, people were holding my hand. And, I started to face my fears, and I started to learn how to deal with them. And I started to see that I was a beautiful person, and people were affirming that. And so for many, many years, Insight was a lot of what I did in my life, because it brought so many things to my life and it changed so many things, and it changed my community. Because as a group, we would go out and we would say, wow, this playground needs to get painted, or we need to raise money for the kids in Bali, and so we would do it as a group. So please, 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 look at taking the seminar. Krasimir will give you all the information of what you need to do in order to sign up. My number one homework to you today is to decide. If you are not ready to decide, I want you to bring to us your considerations today, and so that we can help you with it. Remember, there's no pushing, forcing, or anything. It's coming from out of love. It's like, I saw this great movie and I want to bring it to you. This is how I feel about the seminar. And the other homework is to make a toolbox for yourself and write down 10 things that you can do when you are getting stuck, and so that you can easily move forward. So I am going to turn it back over to Clementine and Krasimir and see if there's any questions that anybody has, or anything I can answer.
Okay. First of all, I want to say something to all
Go
of
ahead.
you. Ask yourself how long you are going to do all this without the community. In some of you, maybe you can say, I don't want to belong to community. Let me tell you a secret. You already belong to community. You choose the community subconsciously or not. If you dance salsa, you have a salsa community. If you have friends which are dealing with them, they're your community. And if you want to continue with such a kind of mindset open people like me, come on, guys. I want to say about the seminar, we changed the dates. We spoke with some people, with most of the people which they already signed, but we will continue to talk with them, with the rest of them. The seminar is going to be 28th of August until 30th of August. It's going to be in the same Hotel Annabelle. We also have a very nice, good accommodation, which is, I can say more about this. Plus, on Thursday at 8 o'clock in the evening, we invite our facilitator who is going to who is going to be inside. We invite him to be live with us so he can answer all the questions you have. Or you can send the questions to us and we're going to give the questions to him. The topic is going to be, should I decide or should I wait? Or should I go? Should I wait? But should I decide or should I wait? And what else? Yeah, that's it, my love. You can continue until I get what I wanted to say. I forgot now because I feel shy in front of the audience.
I'm going to say something. So if
Yes.
you've taken the Insight One seminar, okay, I encourage you to take it again. Okay, so I don't
take
know
it
if we have
5 times.
I've taken it. I think I've taken it at least 30 times. Okay, so taking it, and I can't tell you how many times I've assisted it, but it's the thing that kept me going. It was like free therapy. It's like it was. So if you've taken Insight One, even if you took it 6 months ago, you will have only gotten what you got because of your consciousness back then. You are no longer the same person. You have evolved, especially if you've been through both of the morning communities. And so now when you take the seminar, you will come with whole new eyes to the seminar, and what you will hear and what you will be able to implement will be completely different. The founder of Insight, John Roger, said that if you get everything that was said in the Insight seminar the first time, 100%, that's it, you're done. Okay, well,
That's possible.
we are, yeah, right. It's like we have these filters on, and I have I look at the people that are in there, and I look at the facilitator, and then I have to go through my little judgment routine, and I don't like the way the chairs are, and it's too hot, it's too cold. I don't like the hotel, and the breaks are too long or too short, and where's
Too
my
many
coffee?
rules and blah blah. Yes.
Too many rules, and who's this guy Krasimir? No. So the second time that you do the seminar, you don't have any of that stuff because you already know what's about to happen. And so you have the opportunity to lean deeper into the material. Okay. So for me, it's like, okay, I know nobody's going to kill me. I know I'm going to come out alive. I had a good experience, and now I can really open myself up because I know where it's going to take me. So for those of you who've taken the seminar, I'm going to highly, highly, highly recommend that you do it again, because it's like as we say in Hebrew, it will be incredibly fun because you will have no resistance. I don't know what the audit price is. The people that repeat it, I'm sure Casimir will tell you.
Yeah.
Come play with the seminar, and tell us at the end of the day, what you decide, if you're going to enroll or not, because we want to know who's going to play with us.
Especially now after this Corona, we all need this kind of refresh ourselves and to get more connected with the people. So the normal price for the morning community for per person is €150, which can pay by two payments, by 75 this month and 75 in July and 75 in August. If you are two, ticket for two is 260, which is 130 per person. You can call your buddy. You can kick his ass. Sorry, did I say this? I was just thinking. I didn't want to say. You can call your buddy. You can say, buddy, do you want to go? Or you can call your friend. You can come with a friend, or your husband, or your wife.
Or your mother.
Yes, yes. My God, you cannot imagine what kind of connection is going to be between mother and son, or mother and daughter.
No, it's amazing.
And yes, and it's going to be by two payments plus Mira, she volunteered and she said, what I wanted to say also is after this, we're going to have, after the morning community finish, we're going to have something completely different only for the people which they are signing for the seminar. We're going to announce later on. We're going to have a close group for the people, so we're going to keep on track. It doesn't mean we don't love you. It doesn't mean we leave you here, okay? But yes, we're gonna have a different group for the people inside. This is from me. Oh, my love, you want to say something, or just being good next to me? She's very beautiful.
Okay. Yes. So we were talking about this group. So yeah, to keep like we did now in the morning community, to keep in touch and to keep growing together. That's one of our goals. And I think it's time to go for the gratitude, Mother.
Yeah, go on. Go on. It's Monday. My baby is in nanny. I'm free until
Okay,
3:30.
so I suggest that I say few and then we can turn
Around.
around. Do you
Okay.
agree, Baba? Yes.
I didn't understand. Say again.
I just say few of my gratitude, then we can turn around and you can continue.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so we can place our hands in our hearts and take 3 deep breaths. Hold and exhale. I am so thankful and grateful for this new day. I'm so thankful and grateful for my children, for all the love, the smile, the happiness they give me. I'm so thankful and grateful for my husband, for all his support, his love, his caring. I'm so thankful and grateful for myself, for being disciplined, to wake up in the morning, to do my meditation. I'm so thankful and grateful for this morning community, because we can grow together and change all around us. I'm so thankful and grateful for all the coaches that come here and support and volunteer. And my love.
I'm so thankful and grateful for the love we have within us. So thankful and grateful for this morning community, because basically we raise the vibration for ourselves, and this is very important. I'm so thankful and grateful we support each other with all these situations so far. So thankful and grateful for my lovely wife, who is Oh my God, she supported so much. I cannot describe, guys. So thankful, grateful for the nanny who is taking care of my lovely angel, so I can be free. So thankful, grateful for these lovely coaches we have in Money community, and they support us, contribute so much without asking anything. They're just coming here serving. I'm so thankful and grateful for the sandwich I'm going to eat right now. Thank you. Barbara?
I'm so thankful and grateful for God's creation and nature and all the beauty that we get to experience every day when we open our eyes. I'm so thankful for and grateful for having a brain and being able to think and to experience myself as a soul on this planet. I'm so thankful and grateful to my son and his laughter and his love and his hugs and reminding me of how pure and innocent love is. I'm so thankful and grateful to my partner Yael for expanding me and growing me and supporting me and pushing me and making me look at myself and giving me the opportunity to expand. I am so thankful and grateful to my mother for teaching me so many beautiful things and to my family in Germany. And I am so thankful and grateful to myself for constantly challenging myself and stretching myself and doing the best I can.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you.
So thank you for all of you, and wish you a
God bless
beautiful.
you all.
Guys, I want to say something last. Please, for those who doesn't have the book, Think and Grow Rich, open Amazon, go to the bookstore, buy the book. You need to have the book. Okay? And do something stupid today. Wake up the child inside you. Be free.
Okay, so thank you all, and see you tomorrow, 8 o'clock. Bye.
Thank you, Barbara.
Bye. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.